She worked 2 jobs, skipped every vacation, and never bought anything she did not need. So why was her bank account always empty by the 20th of every month? Sarah sat alone at her kitchen table late at night, the harsh glow of her phone screen illuminating the tired lines around her eyes. Her banking app showed exactly $23.47. She had just finished a 58-hour workweek split between 2 different jobs, dragging her exhausted body through the door just an hour ago. She felt like she was running a race where the finish line moved every time she took a step. It was a suffocating, quiet
I know the
cycle
numbers look
that felt
daunting,
like it would never
but
end.
between you
If
and
you
me,
have ever felt
the
like you
real
were doing everything
opportunity
right
is in the
but still falling
Q3
behind,
projections.
please save this
Come
video
closer.
for when you really need to hear what
The
I am
real
about to
secret
share.
to success
The
here
journey
is
out of that
understanding
cycle
that
starts
the
with
data
understanding
only
why
tells
Sarah
half the
almost lost
story.
it all before she found her way out. Sarah, 34 years old, lived a life of rigid, unrewarded discipline. She worked in a retail warehouse from 7 in the morning until 6 in the evening, and she spent her weekends waitressing at a local diner to make ends meet. She brought home $3,200 a month. She did not travel, she did not go out to bars, and she did not buy luxury goods. She was not irresponsible. She was simply invisible to her own money. It slipped through her fingers like sand. She was a ghost in her own financial life, constantly moving but never arriving anywhere secure. But tonight, something was different. She looked at that $23.47 and realized that she was tired of being a victim of her own circumstances. Tonight, Sarah decided to find out exactly where her money was going. She opened a battered, spiral-bound notebook and began the grueling process of listing every single transaction from the last 30 days. She did not
I know
skip
you're
a
feeling
single
the pressure,
cent.
but
As she went through her
between you and
statement,
me,
6
projections
distinct
look much
invisible
better than
leaks
they're letting
emerged
on.
from the pages like ghosts she
I
had
know the
ignored
projections
for
look
years.
daunting,
First,
but what they aren't
there were
telling you
forgotten
is the
subscriptions
trend
she had
is
signed
reversing.
up for months ago,
We just have to be
totaling
patient.
$67 every month. Next, there was the silent killer of exhaustion purchases, specifically DoorDash orders 3 to 4 times a week when she was too tired to cook, costing her $140 a month. Third, there were the petty ATM fees and overdraft charges that stung her account whenever she miscalculated by a few dollars, adding up to $52 a month. Fourth, she found impulse buys, tallying $75. Fifth, there was a gym membership she had not used since January, which cost $45. Finally, there were the convenience store markups she paid for milk or bread because she was too tired to go to the grocery store, costing her another $33. The total was $412 every single month. That was nearly $5,000 a year, just vanishing into thin air. She realized then that she did not need to earn more money to survive. She needed to see more clearly where it was already going. With this new clarity, Sarah adopted her financial plan, centered on the Sunday 5-minute check. Every Sunday night, without fail, she would sit at the kitchen table, open her banking app, and sort every single transaction from the week into one of 3 categories: need, want, or waste. It was a moment of radical honesty that stripped away the excuses. She also began paying herself first, transferring $200 into savings on payday, and committed to 2 hours of meal prep every Sunday to eliminate her exhaustion purchases. The results did not come overnight, but they came with the steady weight of progress. In the first month, she saved $200.
$33.
It was the first time in 3
For
years
milk and bread.
she had held on to extra cash
This is getting
after all her bills were
ridiculous.
paid. During the second month, she canceled those useless subscriptions and found an extra $310 in her budget. By the third month, she hit her $1,000 emergency fund milestone. She sat on her kitchen floor and cried, not because the amount was massive, but because for the first time in her adult life, she knew that if her car broke down, or if she had a medical emergency, she would not be forced to reach for a credit card. By the 5th month, she had $3,400 in savings and had achieved a perfect streak of 0 overdraft fees. She had transformed the silence of her wealth into a roar of confidence. Excited by her success, Sarah finally broke her silence. She told her mother about the plan. She told her best friend, and she even told a coworker she trusted at the warehouse. She thought she was sharing a victory, hoping to inspire them, or perhaps find someone to celebrate with. She was wrong. Within 2 weeks, the shift in her environment became toxic. Her mother began asking for small loans, insisting that Sarah was doing so well that she could afford to pay for the groceries. Her best friend started making snide comments about Sarah being boring because she was turning down expensive nights out, calling her stingy for meal prepping instead of ordering pizza. The coworker she told started dropping hints about how the store had been cutting hours and how it would be nice if people who were sitting on savings could help out others who were struggling. The discouragement was immediate and relentless. The requests for money, the social pressure, and the subtle jealousy began to erode her resolve. Sarah found herself feeling guilty for her own success. She began to wonder if maybe she was being too hard on herself, or if maybe she was being selfish for keeping that money in her savings instead of helping her loved ones. The mental burden of their expectations, combined with the constant questioning of her choices, destroyed the momentum she had worked so hard to build. She stopped the Sunday 5-minute check. She started skipping the meal prep because she was tired of explaining to her coworkers why she was eating leftovers.
I am thrilled
She
to
stopped
announce that we've
transferring the
exceeded all
$200 on payday
expectations.
because
The
she
growth
felt like it was just a
trajectory is
target on her
incredible,
back.
and we're
Within
almost
3
at our
months
goal.
of telling people,
As you can
her
see,
savings
the
had been
Q3
drained to pay
projections
for
are
family
through the roof.
emergencies that were not
We've
her
already
own,
hit
and she was
80%
back
of our
to the
savings
exact
goal,
same
way
position
ahead
she
of
was in
schedule.
when she started. She gave up, not because she lacked the discipline to manage her money, but because she had shared her private plans with people who did not understand the value of
As you
silent
can see,
growth.
the
She
growth
realized
this quarter
far too
has
late
been
that
phenomenal.
keeping your financial
We're
plan
already
secret
90%
is not
of the
about
way to our
pride.
savings goal.
It is about strategy. When you are building a new life, you are essentially building a house on a foundation that others cannot see. If you invite people to inspect the foundation before the walls are even up, they will trample it. They will offer their opinions, demand their share, or try to pull you back down to their level of
Sarah.
struggle.
It's
Because your
just
success
pizza
makes them
money.
uncomfortable
You're
with their own lack of
overreacting.
movement. Sarah learned the hard way that financial peace requires a protective layer of anonymity. You do not owe anyone an explanation for your bank statement. You do not need to justify your frugality to friends who prefer to spend their way into stress. When you are in the beginning stages of building wealth, your focus must remain entirely internal. You must protect your mindset from the discouragement of those who have not yet decided to change their own circumstances. Sarah is now back at that same kitchen table, under the same dim lamp, but the shadows are gone. She has rebuilt her savings, but this time, she has done so in total silence. She refuses to talk about her budget, her savings account, or her debt payoff plan with anyone. When her mother asks for money, Sarah kindly but firmly explains that she is currently prioritizing her own survival and cannot help. When her friends ask why she is not going out, she simply says she has a busy week and leaves it at that. She has learned that the people who truly love you will support your growth, but they do not need to know the specific mechanics of how you are achieving it. Her life is no longer a performance for others. It is a quiet, steady climb toward freedom. She is no longer the person who is invisible to her money. She is the guardian of it. If you are currently struggling with debt and you have decided to turn things around, you must protect your progress. Do not post your plans on social media to seek validation. Do not tell your family members about your savings goals if they are the type of people who view your progress as a communal resource. Do not discuss
Look at
your
that
budget
chart.
with
It's
coworkers
ridiculous.
who will only mock you for your discipline. Your financial
I don't think her
transformation is a
projections are
sacred
realistic.
project between you and your future self. It is the most important work you will ever do, and it deserves to be guarded with the same intensity that you guard your physical home. The leaks in
Look
your
at that
account
chart.
have
It's
names,
ridiculous.
and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. You have the
I don't
power to
think her
stop the
projections
outflow,
are realistic.
but you also have the power to stop
She
the intrusion of
seriously
external
expects us
voices
to
into your
believe that
private
projection?
reality. Think
It's
about your own
absurd.
life right now.
She must
Are you
be
being
manipulating
sabotaged by the
data.
opinions of others? Are you sharing your goals with people who are only going to provide resistance? Your money habits are your business, and keeping them to yourself is not being secretive. It is being smart. It is the final piece of the puzzle. Once you stop seeking approval from others for your financial choices, you will find a new level of strength that allows you to sustain your habits, even when things get difficult. Consistency is the only thing that builds lasting wealth, and silence is the only thing that preserves your consistency. Sarah's story is a reminder that we often fail not because we lack the knowledge of how to save, but because we lack the boundaries to protect our efforts. She had the spreadsheets, the meal plans, and the savings accounts, but she lacked the shield of silence. Today, she is free because she traded the need to be understood for the reality of being secure. If this story felt familiar to you, save this video. Use it as a reminder the next time you feel the urge to broadcast your financial wins to people
What's
who
all
are
the
not
secrecy
invested in your
about?
ultimate success. The journey
Mind
is
your
yours
own
alone
business,
to walk,
Gary.
and the destination of financial independence is worth every single moment of quiet, disciplined work. Now, I want to hear from you. We all have those invisible leaks, those small, recurring expenses that act like a slow leak in a tire. What is one invisible leak you have discovered in your own life? that you are finally ready to plug? Share it in the comments below. Let's get honest about where our money is going. And let's keep our plans for the future
ready to see
between
your
us and our bank
finances grow?
accounts. You have the power
Let's
to
look
change
at
your
the
trajectory
possibilities
starting
together.
today. And you don't need anyone's permission or applause to get there. Keep your head down, keep your numbers in the dark, and keep moving forward until the silence of your wealth starts to speak for itself. You are capable of this. You are worthy of this. And you are starting right now. Stay focused, stay quiet, and stay consistent. The only person you need to satisfy is the person you will be 5 years from today. Take that first step. Close the door on the opinions of the world and build the life you deserve in the peace of your own quiet resolve.